He's ready, and then we'll begin. It's interesting how they didn't really update the legend at the beginning, considering the fact that this is chapter 3. Okay. All right. Let's get this started. He dead. And there he is. That's such a cool sprite. I'll warm back up. Not bad. Alright, this one works. That one messes with my head. Ah, this was the worst. Oh, this one also sucks. hit there. This one is probably the coolest looking, but it sucks. Let's revive. Yeah, that's it. But then you get this. Attempt number 2. Bad. I forgot. That's the most. Bad. We're already dead. In theory, that one shouldn't be bad, but just it messes with my head. Come on! Let's see if we can, oh. How do I edit text? There we go. I shall try once more. Okay, not bad. Oh! Almost got it. I feel like I gotta prioritize keeping Susie alive. This one is just impossible to read. Ugh. Okay, I'm good. Phase 2. Oh. He's still doing pretty good. I wonder if it's worth it to try to keep myself alive. Yeah, we'll try to save it for a heal quick. Oh boy. Oh no! Let's try this again. That could have gone better. Please, no! Dead. Let's not put Discord on that screen.
Oh, hi.
Yo. What up?
Sorry, I keep not seeing your text because my phone is very, very dumb.
Do you have sound notifications turned on?
I do, because Mom just called my phone so I could find it, I mean, it was right next to me. It was camouflaged with my desk. But then I... Are you there?
Yeah?
Okay. It said disconnected for a second. It was
Can you,
camouflaged with my desk.
can you see the screen?
But I looked at it, and I got a text 20 minutes ago that it never notified me of. Is this the night?
This is the Roaring Night.
Ooh.
Let's see, can you see my screen on the call?
Yeah.
So you can see me with the option to respawn?
Yeah.
Alright. So basically, if you don't know, and I don't know how much you know, if you've been like looking up anything about Deltarune, I'm doing this completely blind. The only thing I've done is I went back and redid. I started from the beginning with Deltarune proper, played through chapters 1 and 2, and then I did what I think is the secret boss of chapter 3, if we're not counting the night. But basically, when I was redoing this fight, after I died, the same text from like the survey program, it popped up on screen. It's like, well, that's pretty interesting. You are like guaranteed to fail, yet you persist. Are you determined enough to try again? And I said, oh yeah, I am. And I grinded this fight out for hours last night. It is tough. It's really tough.
But you still think it's possible?
I know it's possible. You just gotta do it. Like, it's near impossible, but still possible. Hold on. I'm gonna lower the game audio a little bit.
Hey, I can hear the game audio though, so that's a good thing.
Through the call?
Yeah.
That's good. So this is the Roaring Night.
Also known as Mayor Holiday, almost guaranteed.
Oh, I don't think it's the mayor. Maybe it's the mayor. It's definitely a holiday.
Because Chris got the phone call, and it was like, oh, Susie's about to find the code. I'll be right over. And then Carol came back hours earlier than scheduled.
Maybe that could be it.
I thought the Roaring Knight just one-shot you.
It doesn't one-shot you, but it has a couple of really nasty attacks.
Okay.
Like if it, like it's not a one-shot like per se, but it does do a lot. And if it lands like a killing blow on either Susie or Ralsei, it puts them at negative 999 HP.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't do that for Chris, oddly enough, which I think is pretty interesting.
But we do know that someone, probably the Knight, is working with Chris.
True. If it does end up being Noelle's mom, that would kind of make sense, because if they are working together, it'd be like, oh, I don't want to like completely kill you. I just need you out of the way while that player's soul is inside of you for for the time being. So it would make sense.
What does it do if you choose Act? Is there any option?
On who?
Any of them.
Okay, so Chris gets the option to hold his breath, which is like a one-time boost that increases the speed of the soul. Everyone else just tries to talk and it doesn't work because mercy is not an option.
Okay. Makes sense. I mean, it's not the first time that's happened in a boss.
But I think the play is going to be.
Oh!
I think my goal is going to be just to keep Susie alive at all costs, and try to get it so that we can always use Root Buster.
Is this your file where you've been killing things?
No.
Well, you might want to try it on that one, because then Susie's heal would be better, right?
Maybe, but I'm not like trying to heal
Is it
with
even
Susie.
worth it, though?
What was that?
Would it even be worth it though?
No, because if I even if it is a little better, it's not gonna like it's still gonna take like my entire TP bar. What I need is to always be using Root Buster, and then like if at all possible, just like because the regular attacks do like a sixth of that. Like they'll do like 10 to 20 damage. But the more I can use Root Buster, the more I can like actually do damage, which I think is gonna be the key.
Does the health show up? Can you see it?
You can't see like the strict numbers for it, but you can see like the progression. So like you can see it's gone down just a little sliver. It is insanely strong. But again, if you can dodge it, it's possible. You just have to be able to dodge it.
So you've been grinding this all night?
No, not all night. I did go to bed at about 11. I had work today, and I already called out yesterday. So like I wasn't gonna call out, twice in a row. Oh, crap! See, just like that, they landed a killing blow, and now they're both irrecoverable.
Yikes.
Unless you've been stocking up the entire game with revive items. What's cool is that Susie starts to get dialogue the further in you go. But this is round 2. Oh! And just like that, they're dead again.
Yep. I think the reason Susie is the one who's like actually talking is because she was like relating to Tenna and like his situation, and then the knight just like attacked him brutally.
Well, I mean, you got to think about like everything that the knight represents, right? Like it was trying to like. I mean, like you can make the same argument for like kind of how like her relationship was with Toriel, because like right at the end of chapter 2, you have this loving parental figure that's like for the first time is giving her love and attention, and you learn more about their relationship in chapter 4 through the little talk at the diner. But it's like and I don't know. Susie's animosity towards the knight does deepen as chapter 4 goes on, so it's not like probably as hate filled as it could be. But oh boy. Oh! That one's the worst.
You know why I think it's the mayor instead of Des?
Why's that?
Because everyone in the Holiday family that we've seen, Rudy and Noelle have like the round popsicle stick looking horns, but Carol is the only one with the pointed one. It's like a knife.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, turn 1. Survived without taking any damage.
Nice. Have you remembered to do the press Z thing?
Yeah, I've been trying. I still can't tell how effective it is.
I was doing it like against Spamson Neo earlier today. I don't remember the numbers, but it definitely does have at least like a somewhat substantial.
I think right now I'm getting a like 10 damage per hit extra.
Nice.
Come on. That one. I'm starting to get the hang of that one, but it's still bad. Well, you only got hit once that time. That was pretty good.
Another little detail on the knights, right? Everyone, I think he does look like this in Undertale, but it's more exaggerated in the fan art.
Oh, come on.
Where Gaster has like holes in his hands.
What is it?
There's a detail on the Mystery Man sprite tail, and it's a lot more exaggerated in fan art, where Gaster, it's like he has holes in his hands. And the knight has like at least like some kind of spot, or it looks like a hole to me.
Well, the vibe I'm getting is that Gaster kind of wants us to defeat the knight.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's the one who's egging us on to, like, keep trying.
That's a good point.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Very bad, very bad, very bad, very bad, very bad, very bad. No one died, though. But I do kind of have to keep throwing items at the situation to stay alive.
Yeah, I'm working on
I might have a tension gem that I can use. I might have to add that to my items. Get like a free hit in. It's like even if it like helps me last like one turn longer, you know, like I kind of gotta go for it. Alright, well, Ralsei's dead, but other than that, that's pretty good. Okay, 140. No! No! Phase 3. All it takes is one bad turn, and it is just over. And there's nothing you can do. If you want any hope of getting this done, you have to not get hit once. Phase 1. Ugh. I quit. Ugh. I just had like a single moment where I lost focus, and now I'm dead.
I wonder how long it's gonna take for someone to make a task bot for this fight.
A what?
A task bot.
I don't know. I don't know how taskbots can like handle randomness. Because every single attack is just a little bit different.
Yeah.
$132.
Plans.
Come on! I had bad timing and didn't get enough damage on that one. Phase 2. Also, Tritus isn't healing. Normally he's supposed to heal a little bit at the end of each turn, but he's not. He's not going to get back up unless I like give him the item specifically. You know what I just realized?
What?
I still haven't seen Pluie.
That's what I said like yesterday. They implemented
Where's Pluie?
Pluie. Where is he?
Oh, please, please, please! I don't know what it is about that one, but I always find myself running into safety and then running back into where the swords can get me. It's weird.
Jacob.
What's up?
So another detail on the sprite that is, I don't know if we saw in detail on the sprite what kind of shoes Carol is wearing, but the knight's feet are definitely not just points. They kind of remind me of like like an extreme version of like a high heel or something Mayor wearing.
Maybe? I don't see it.
That seems. It's definitely a lot less likely. I just thought.
Oh, like pointy, yeah, but like, I don't know.
They're like sloped towards the front, I guess is what I meant. They're not like cones.
Oh. I didn't have a good opening there. Dude, last night I was getting to the point where I was like, I was getting to like phase 4. I was getting pretty far. But I gotta warm back up today. Oh.
Something just occurred to me.
What's up?
So when Carol walked in to the house, she like snatched the guitar away from Susie, and she was really stiff about like all the stuff to do with deaths.
Right.
But if that's how she is, I don't know if she would like be helping out Asgore and like employing him and giving him money for his shop and all that stuff, if it was his fault the desk was still missing.
Well, if you go to this this side of Asgore's house, after the end of chapter 4, you can look into his basement, and he's got like a cork board with papers everywhere, and he's got like strings tied up, like he's like trying to figure out something. And I really do think that he's trying to find Des.
Yeah, because like what else could it be? There's no other like giant mystery in the light world.
Yeah. The thing is that we ultimately don't know. We don't know enough about Carol yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What I'm thinking is that so if Carol is the knight, right? That would mean that on top of all of her mayoral duties, preparing for the festival, on top of all that, she's also worried about the dark fountains and whatever's going on in the shelter. Oh, please, come on! Usually I'm pretty good at that one. I'm gonna go back to seeing what effect it has when everyone consistently tries to attack. See, like that. Like I did that one pretty well. Pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the amount of damage you can do does go up, but it goes up very, very slowly. Oh, come on!
I wonder why the knight has the ability to change their shape.
Well, if you think about it, everyone's form kind of changes in the presence of a dark fountain, right?
Yeah.
And it changes to reflect the will of the person who created it. So, okay, so maybe like the first time something gets affected by a dark fountain, the way that it continues to be affected. No, that's not true, because then Gerson changed.
Yeah.
I was about to say, because Lancer is always Lancer, right? Chris is always dressed the same, Susie's always dressed the same, Ralsei's always dressed the same. So maybe when the Knight made their first fountain, they chose that form to hide their identity. But then when Susie tried to go back and see Gerson by opening up another Dark Fountain in Chapter 4, he was different.
Yeah. He had an awesome ponytail.
Well, we saw 3 different forms for Gerson.
Really? I only remember like old man writing guy and guy in armor in the beginning.
Well, there was like Gerson as he probably was in real life, and then there was when he was like kind of a warrior. I personally, I'm gonna call him Oberon because of the theory. So you had Gerson, you had Oberon, and then you kind of had like both of them fused together for like that final fight against the Titan.
Oh. I didn't realize that there were those were 2 different forms. I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention.
I don't know. It seemed to me like there were 2 different forms because he's like, dressed differently. Like he's wearing armor.
Yeah, but I thought that he still looked like that when he like smashed the statue. Because he had the big hammer.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and look, but it seemed like there were 3 different forms. 3 forms for 3 fountains.
Right. So I wonder if his. Well, yeah. Does not look like.
Oh, I'm the last one. Whoops. Dang it. Walk into that one. Also, I've noticed that there is there's kind of a weird relationship again with like Chris and the Roaring Knight, where Chris doesn't, take like the max damage from the Knight like the other two do, right? But I also think Chris does less damage, like baseline, to the Knight. Like I've noticed that like sometimes Ralsei is dealing more damage, which just might be the armors I have equipped, but I don't know. It's weird seeing Chris do 17 and Ralsei doing 34.
Well, we do know that Chris is able to take at least a little bit of control while the soul is still inside him, or he wouldn't be able to like rip it out. We're not the ones choosing to rip it out.
Please, 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 please. Oh, did I already use my dust? Dang. There we go. That's pretty good.
Whoa, that was good.
Oh. Whew. The diagonals are weird. They don't happen very often, so I'm never ready for them. You can kind of figure out where the attack is going to be by looking at like the slash that's like gearing up beforehand. And every time I see it's going to go diagonal, it's like, that's it, I'm definitely getting hit here. See, Chris only did 14 there. Ralsei did almost double that. Well, everyone's still alive. Barely. Pretty good.
Yeah.
No! No! One's dead.
How effective is heal prayer in this fight?
It's decent, but I like to save my TP for, like, strictly for Root Buster. If I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Besides, then that's an entire action that Ralsei's using that could be used somewhere else.
Good point.
Let's see, I'd say I'm maybe at like 80% left. Damn, that's 41 from Ralsei. Oh, let's go. Okay, I'm getting the hang of that one. Yeah, those diagonals are diabolical. I'm dead. It's a cool freeze frame though to get killed by one of those slashes.
Oh, he's talking.
Oh, incredible. I felt it there. Shining my soul,
Shining.
your
shimmering,
power
splendid.
a little further. Oh. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I don't think I need to completely deplete its health. Because if I do, then that changes the way the chapter ends. And something tells me Toby Fox isn't going to let me do that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those cases where like you meet a certain threshold and then things change. Like what happened with the Titan, where we didn't kill it, but we just met a threshold before we got the cutscene with Oberon, and then we could like, you know, throw Chris at it and let him seal the fountain, or let him seal the Titan. I don't think I need to completely kill it, but I think Gaster said it himself, I'm close.
Yeah.
Oh, that gives me hope. That gives me a lot of hope. Because this felt like an impossible mountain to climb, but now, hearing that makes it feel like it's an attainable goal. That gave me like a second wind. I am all the more encouraged to keep going. And more specifically, to attack as much as possible. Whew. Chris is definitely holding back on the Knight, and the Knight is definitely holding back on Chris. I got a perfect attack with Chris and an imperfect one with Ralsei, and Ralsei still did more.
32 to 18.
Anybody dead? No one dead. Oh, I've got an idea. Okay, so every time that attack happens, the focus point is where your soul currently is. So if I like intentionally go to a corner, that will give me the most amount of time to like get away and create bigger pockets of safe zones. Right? Because the further away you get from the center, the more the angles like cause the lines to get further apart. So if it's in the corner and I run to the opposite corner, that'll give me a lot of space to avoid those attacks. I really think that that's a good strategy. I might be able to like really take those on and do pretty good with them. Phase 2. I have to pay attention to those initial slashes. I took a lot of damage just from that initial moment where the box splits in half. That one still gets me. That and the really fast swords. Those are the ones that scare me. Speaking of fast swords, please. Whew. Slow mode might be the move for that one. Okay, got hit once there, but that's not too bad. I still have to knock a hit. Okay, towards the end, I started to pull it back. You can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, phase 3. Oh, that ended very fast. Oh!
Woo!
Oh. He had nothing to say about that one. That felt like a decent attempt, though.
Does the hold breath cost TP?
Nope. You can use it at the very start of the fight, which is what I always do. Chris felt their breath, their heartbeat quickened. The soul now moves faster. Guys, what if we're not controlling Chris's soul? Crazy theory.
I don't mean to be off topic, but did you see the new Phineas and Ferb stuff?
Yeah, I watched the episode this morning.
I still haven't. Me and Lydia are gonna do it like tonight when we're like having pizza and stuff.
Sweet. I don't know. It's very interesting. It's like it almost like doesn't feel like a real episode of Phineas and Ferb. Because like you've got the first half that's like all about kind of like poking fun at the formula, but then the other half is like how they resolve, the first half. And I don't know, it's like,
which is not typically how it goes.
Yeah, it's weird, and also it's very noticeable that like I don't know, like it's weird to hear their voices because it's not the same. And it's like they're really, really reaching to play the character, but it's like not really enough. And like you can hear just how older Candace sounds compared to 10 years ago. Like she sounds like an adult woman, which she is, but I don't know. Like you can hear it. It's weird. Okay, that wasn't bad. Whew.
So during that attack, the frame rate on the call gets a little choppy.
It's probably bitrate.
What determines when the swords turn red?
I think it's just like I think it's if I'm close enough to graze.
Okay. It's a cool effect. It's a little confusing.
Oh!
Ah!
Clipped me.
Ooey. We still don't know what that is hovering behind Chris's head.
Yeah, like Chris kind of gets like a migraine almost throughout this fight. It's kind of weird.
Oh. You remember how far you got when Gaster started talking?
I think I was like about to start phase 3, or maybe I had already started it a little bit. That was bad. I was still pretty good for the most of that, but
But you said last night you made it to phase 4?
last night I got to phase 4, but like I count phases in terms of like the attack rotation. So like every time I see that one attack where it's like it goes purple and starts shooting shurikens, that's what I associate as like at the start of a new phase.
Okay.
So that's what's making me think that it's not necessarily like time dependent. It's about damage, because that's the first time Gaster has ever like commented on the quality of the battle.
Yeah.
Dang it! It's the last one too. See, and like I'm already using all of my revive items, and we just started phase 2. It's like once one person goes down, that kind of it starts like a cascade effect. It just destroys everything.
Is it like psychological or is it like...
Well, it's like your ability to battle is heavily impacted
Well, yeah.
because you have one less
Yeah.
action you can take per turn. I don't think I got hit there. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you saw, but pretty much the stream that we did on Wednesday got cut at 12 hours. So most of chapter 4 is it got deleted, which really sucks.
Sans was in our house, though! That's crazy!
Dude,
That's insane!
Toriel was hitting that church juice like nobody's business.
Yeah! He was totally wasted!
You could see her blushing the whole time. She was like falling over. She was acting like a child. Like honestly, like props to her for having a good time. But at the same time, that came at such like an emotionally heavy moment. It was funny. Don't get me wrong, but it did kind of ruin the mood. It's like one of those situations where I kind of wanted to stay sad a little bit.
That whole scene drives me crazy.
No! Oh! Uh-oh. I am out of revives.
Uh-oh.
This battle is over.
It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
It ain't over It's so the fat lady sings.
It's not an opera.
Well, yeah, that's just a saying, though.
You can kind of just like go in
I
a
didn't
circle
know
for
it-
that one.
Hmm.
76.
Oh, he's doing more damage. Chris is doing more damage.
Maybe it's not over. Maybe it is over.
You had to open your mouth.
Sure did.
You had to have hope. Did you hit give up?
Yeah. I'm gonna return to the title screen and then start the save file over again. And then this time make sure I have my tension bit in my inventory before I start.
What I meant by change form is like, why can the knight turn into like a ball?
What was that?
The knight just turned into a circle and like flew around.
Well, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's one of
what
its
I meant.
what if that's just one of its magical abilities, you know?
Yeah, I guess. It's probably not important.
Let's see. So I have a
You
Let me
didn't
see.
give back the top cake?
no, I didn't. I think I
You
forgot to.
monster.
It's not like it makes much of a deal. Much of a big deal anyway.
Eh. What is the flat soda? Where do you get that?
I got that after I had beat the secret boss of chapter 3. Susie kind of walks in and is like, "Hey, I got you a drink," and then it's literally like it's a soda that's really flat that someone already took a big sip of. So I was like, "Thanks, Susie. Thanks for like
Okay.
the bottom third of this soda that's been sitting out for who knows how long." Okay, how much does this actually heal? Plus 100. Okay, that's pretty good. I think that's better than the bagel I've been using. I'll take any advantage I can get. So we're gonna swap out this bagel for a TV dinner.
Is it like a good healing item though? The soda?
The soda? No. Recovers 20 HP.
Wow.
Oh! I have another revive. That's good.
Yay. So is the top cake just like a really big heal? Or does it heal everyone?
Yeah, it's a team heal that does 160. It's insanely good. So I hope you don't mind. I'm also eating M&Ms. Caramel M&Ms. I'll send you one in the
I
mail.
wish I had. Oh,
Okay.
okay. It's a single M&M in an envelope.
Yep.
Here's your candy. No, this is an envelope.
No, to be honest, if I did that, it would probably arrive melted because of how hot they
Yeah.
keep the mail trucks. When I opened my packages yesterday for my Switch games, like they were fresh and warm because they had like just gotten off the truck.
That is not good for technology. Oh no.
Well, it's not like they were hot, but it's
hope
like
that is-
I could tell that they were a little baked.
Yeah. They've been in a metal truck for hours in the hot sun on the highway.
Is there anything else I want to bring? I think I'm good. I think this is what I want. And that's an extra revive. That's really good. Okay. So Devil's Tail increases magic. But I don't really use Ralsei's magic all that much.
I still think you should try to do this on an aggressive file. Because it didn't even occur to me that you could have like the Devil's Knife, which is pretty good, I think. I don't know if it gets like less and less good as the chapters go on, but
honestly,
I don't know.
It still offers the highest attack. I'm a good devil, okay? Okay.
Ow.
Let's see. If I put on the royal pin, that will increase my defense, but it lowers my TP gain. And TP is very important. Yeah, I think that's the best I got. Level 3 sheath.
I wish weapons
breath quickens
armor.
around swords. That's interesting.
I wish you could see weapons and armor like on the characters. That would be really cool.
Dark actor participates in occult acts. Okay.
Ew.
Plucked?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
It's got like grass
Dark
on
Prince,
it.
Dark World being has friends. Wow.
Cool. And Susie was talking to us about how we shouldn't be in church.
What do you mean?
Cult member? What the heck?
Well, I don't think Susie's trying to be good.
No, Jenna!
Dead.
Well, he comes to the castle town, so he can't.
Yeah,
be
he
that
does survive. That's weird. Hello.
I wonder if it's possible to kill a Darkner. Because you could probably, like, destroy the object that they are in the light world, but...
That's true. We haven't ever seen... We've never seen a Darkner die. Even if you use attacks,
Right.
they just run away when they're out of health.
And the only... Well, no, because you can kill the mice. If you... Once you get Snowgrave, you can, like, backtrack and kill a mouse in the cheese maze.
Oh.
I forgot that.
Is that intentional, though?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not Toby Fox.
Well, what's really interesting is that in Chapter 2, there's a scene where Susie gets hurt, and originally she had a sprite where she was bleeding, and then it got changed at the last minute, only for her to... Yeah, her fist bleeds in Chapter 4. I think that was a big reveal that they were saving up for.
Oh.
And the reason why that's such a big deal is because Susie is a monster.
Oh, yeah!
Monsters don't bleed. But she
I guess
bleeds.
they do.
She even comments on how everybody bleeds. And initially, my thought would be to just say, like, oh, well, you know, it's not an Undertale. The monsters in this timeline don't have magic. But they still turn into dust. Alright, well, that wasn't very good. I gotta warm back up for this.
But it is true that they don't. It is true that they don't have magic. Because Oriel cooks with an oven, and in Undertale, you can check the oven, and it's like she just uses fire magic. Interesting.
Raises TP 50%. That's crazy. Oh, also, you know what I'm thinking is maybe instead of having my third save file be a like a genocide-esque run, I'm thinking about maybe just doing an aborted weird route. Because if you choose not to use Snowgrave on Birdly, you